And welcome back to our fan club Star Wars podcast. Well, I guess we don't have to call it that anymore. We can call it Cantina Talk is the new name of our podcast. I am Ryan Shaw.
And I am Eric Shaw.
Welcome back to the podcast, you guys. We're going to be doing something new. We're going to start formatting our podcast a little bit more so that you can come in and expect kind of a ABC type thing. So a little hint to the end of the episode. We're going to be playing a game at the end of every episode.
Yes.
And that'll be a nice way to kind of end every episode the same way. But for now, we wanted to do a little bit something a little bit different today. We're going to start out with showing you a clip. Now, this clip comes from the Mandalorian documentary, and Dave Filoni talks about the Duel of Fates. And then we are going to elaborate on that, and we have some cool introspective ideas. And Eric here even thought of something incredibly brilliant I didn't even think of until just this week, and we'll dive deep into that. But first, we're going to play this here for you. It's about 2 minutes long, so stay with it because I think that it's really important that everyone hears this. Here we go.
In Phantom Menace, you're watching these two Jedi in their prime fight this evil villain. Maul couldn't be more obviously the villain. He's designed to look evil, and he is evil, and he just expresses that from his face all the way out through the type of lightsaber he fights with. What's at stake is really how Anakin's going to turn out. Because Qui-Gon is different than the rest of the Jedi, and you get that in the movie, and Qui-Gon is fighting because he knows he's the father that Anakin needs. Because Qui-Gon hasn't given up on the fact that Jedi are supposed to actually care and love, and that's not a bad thing. The rest of the Jedi are so detached, and they've become so political that they've really lost their way. And Yoda starts to see that in the second film. But Qui-Gon is ahead of them all, and that's why he's not part of the council. So he's fighting for Anakin, and that's why it's the Duel of the Fates. It's the fate of this child. And depending on how this fight goes, Anakin his life's gonna be dramatically different. So Qui-Gon loses, of course. So the father figure, because he knew what it meant to take this kid away from his mother when he had an attachment, and he's left with Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan trains Anakin at first out of a promise he makes to Qui-Gon, not because he cares about him. When they get Anakin, when they find him on Tatooine, he says, "Why do I feel like we've found another useless life form?" He's comparing Anakin to Jar Jar.
Excuse me.
And he's saying, this is a waste of our time. Why are we doing this? Why do you see importance in these creatures like Jar Jar Binks and this 10-year-old boy? This is useless. So he's a brother to Anakin eventually, but he's not a father figure. That's a failing for Anakin. He doesn't have the family that he needs. He loses his mother in the next film. He fails on this promise that he made, "Mother, I will come back and save you." So he's left completely vulnerable. And Star Wars ultimately is about family. So that moment in that movie, which a lot of people I think diminish into just a cool lightsaber fight, but it's everything that the entire 3 films of the prequels hangs on, is that one particular fight.
All right, so we just, saw a short 2-minute clip there of Dave Filoni talking about the Duel of Fates and the importance of it.
Yeah, and funny enough, I think I came over to your house after I had seen that, and I was so eager to tell you about it because I love that so much. First off, basic, do you agree with that?
I do. Although I do think there were some points where he kind of left out, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess the main premise of it, yeah.
You're on board with. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I am as well. And then funny enough, here we are months later after I tell you about this, and we were thinking of a topic about today. We'd mulled over a couple of ideas, and then you came to me with some observations. What did you find while watching Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith?
So after you came to me and showed me this video, I was in the middle of Clone Wars TV show.
Yeah.
So I was going to rewatch the prequels.
Naturally.
Obviously, yeah. And I got into Attack of the Clones, and I noticed that Anakin calls Obi-Wan his kind of father.
Yeah,
multiple times in the movie.
Yeah.
And that really stuck to me. Like, I heard him like, oh, wait.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially after hearing that video when the word father and the word brother are such an interesting distinction of what Anakin needed, like he said.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so we did some digging. After you told me this, I kind of was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I think he does. So, good catch on you for that to register in your brain. So, we went to the Attack of the Clones script, and we wanted to see how many times does Anakin call Obi-Wan his father versus how many other times do other people call him his brother.
Yes, yeah.
So, here we've got the script up, and go ahead and read me a couple of these Anakin quotes here.
Yeah, so here, Anakin and Obi-Wan...
And can you do your best Anakin impression?
No, I cannot. I cannot do Anakin.
All right.
I
can try. I'll do my
All right,
Anakin.
go ahead.
So this is Anakin speaking to Obi-Wan in Attack of the Clones.
Yes, at the nightclub bar.
Yeah, at the nightclub bar. Obi-Wan says, why do I think you're going to be the death of me? Which, that was foreshadowing.
Spot on.
Super foreshadowing, yeah.
The spot-on Obi-Wan accent,
super sad. Oh, thank you, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Anakin's, don't say that, Master. You're the closest thing I have to a father. I love you. I don't want to cause you pain. So that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So break that down to me, the first one here.
Yeah, so obviously what you mentioned with Obi-Wan saying he's going to be the death of me.
Yeah.
Which...
We can talk about that another day. But yeah, that's very interesting foreshadowing now.
And then Anakin mainly talk on his lines about how, like, he says it right to him.
Yeah.
You're the closest thing I have to a father.
And closest is interesting there.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would
him.
say that's definitely true. I mean, he's never had a father back on Tatooine.
Yeah. So it's just reiterating that point of, because Qui-Gon died, he lost that father figure. But Anakin, in my opinion, is trying to force a square cube into a round hole. Yeah. He's just like, I need a father, I need a father.
And he keeps saying it out loud, and hopefully one day it'll be true.
Exactly. And then later here in the film, Padme is talking to him.
I can do the Padme accent.
Yeah, I figured you could. So go ahead. So this is them talking. I think they're in their house in Coruscant, talking if they should go to him and find him.
Yeah. So she says, Annie, are you just gonna go sit here and let him die?
I like that.
He's your friend, your mentor.
Like that. And then Anakin comes back. He's like my father. But you heard Master Windu. He gave me strict orders to stay here. So, yeah. Again, he's like my father. Mm-hmm. Trying. And do you think Anakin believes this? Or do you think he doesn't? He's just trying to force it?
I think he wants to believe it. I don't think he necessarily does. He's trying to force himself, force Obi-Wan kind of into this role, parental role. And also, during this scene... This is kind of the first time you see him really snap.
Yeah.
And he yells at Padme about some stuff. And
yeah. No, he snaps on her a little bit. Yeah, I definitely agree. Also, what I want to bring up really quick, something to focus on here. Padme says the words, he's your friend and he's your mentor. Friend and mentor. Both of those things, to me, lean closer to a brotherhood rather than an actual father.
Yeah, mentor, I think... Fathers could be mentors, but most of the time they're not, they're looked up to be, more leaders, stuff like that, friends.
Yes. Now, we're going to go to Revenge of the Sith, which is incredibly interesting. This is where Padme and Anakin are talking once more, and Padme, do the Padme voice again here, but listen for those words that we just talked about. Again, this is a movie later, 3 real-life years later. Keep in mind what Dave Filoni said, and keep in mind what Padme told him in the last movie. Now go ahead with
Padme. So this is, again at their residence.
Yes, in Coruscant.
After Anakin had his bad dream of Padme dying in childbirth.
Yes, okay.
She says, no, but he's your mentor, your best friend. He must suspect something.
He's been a father to me, but he's still on the council. Don't tell him anything. So yeah, there it is again. This is much more head-on-head. She's telling him mentor and best friend, and he's going, no. Father.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting here.
Because I think, back in his mind, he's like, I need a father for this.
Yeah.
I'm going through some stuff, and I need a father.
Yeah.
I don't need a best friend.
Yeah.
I need, he needs a father.
So then this is later in that same movie, the Revenge of the Sith movie. Yoda and Obi-Wan are talking. Who do you want to play here? You want Yoda?
Well, I'll try.
Okay. So go ahead and start.
To fight the Sith Lord, strong enough, you are not.
And nice. And then Obi-Wan comes in. He's like my brother. I cannot do it. Okay, so pretty important line there. Again, you've got one side, you've got Anakin saying, Father, 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 he's my father. And then here, you've got very obviously Obi-Wan is trying to be a brother, but Anakin needs a father. So again, we were just kind of reaffirming what Filoni said, but actually finding lines in the dialogue to expand and pretty much prove it.
Yeah. So here, obviously Yoda is kind of asking of Obi-Wan to kill Anakin.
Yes.
Because he knows he's turned to the dark side.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan's nice saying, no, I can't kill my brother.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan does not see Anakin as his son at all.
No, and I don't think he ever has. And then again, that's, I think, probably part of Anakin's turn. And then we go here to the very end, on Mustafar. Anakin is burning, right? And Anakin just tells him, I hate you! And Obi-Wan's line, this line, if there's any line in Star Wars that's going to get me to tear up, it might be this one.
Yeah.
Them waterworks be flosin'. And Obi-Wan responds, you were my brother, Anakin. I loved you.
And I really like the loved, the D on the end.
Yes. Yeah, past
He doesn't
tense.
love him anymore.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. That's such a good... You're so right. Yeah, I loved you, past tense.
Yeah.
Oh, good catch. That might be the most important D in Star Wars. But I really like... I really like this moment. Again, this is the final pin in that hole for Anakin of, I wasn't what you needed, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for bringing these up. I think these are incredible points. I wouldn't even have thought of this.
Yeah. I do have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to seeing how Obi-Wan doesn't see Anakin as his son.
Okay.
Because I think, in a way, they see it as they both had this. Yeah, I'm doing air quotes right now.
Yeah.
They both had this adopted father, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yes.
So when they both look up to the same man for a father,
And then that person
they're
dies.
brothers. That
Yes.
kind of works like that.
No, definitely.
But he did definitely take the role as his mentor.
Yeah, but he didn't step in and be that father.
Yeah, he was just the caring brother.
Could Obi-Wan done anything to be more father-like? Because maybe more tough love?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's something to think on.
Yeah, something to think on.
Because-
See what he could have done different.
Again, Obi-Wan didn't necessarily do anything wrong, right? He did
Yeah.
good things. He's
Yeah.
a good person in Star Wars. Maybe the most moral, has the best moral compass. But that's very interesting. And honestly, I hope that the Obi-Wan TV show dives into this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, tell me how is Obi-Wan dealing with this? And I'd love if they brought. I mean, maybe Dave Filoni's going to have his hand in that Obi-Wan TV show. I know it's Deborah Chow is directing it and making it, but they know each other, so
Yeah.
could he throw a couple lines in here about that? That's what I'm most excited for. And Jared and I kind of talked about that on the news episode of Cantina Talk. But we're going to end our show now. That was a really good deep dive into the brother-father relationship between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yeah.
I think there might even be more to go dive deeper into this. There might even be more, in Return of the Jedi and later movies. But we're going to start ending all of our episodes now with a game. The game is going to be called Star Wars Character or Blank. And pretty much what this is I'm going to get 5 names. They're either going to be a Star Wars character, or B, another name of another fiction. So today is going to be Kirby villains. So you have to guess, is this a Star Wars character or is this a Kirby villain?
Alright, see how I do. I've never played Kirby before, so...
That's kind of the point. I don't want you to know these names.
Yeah, exactly. Alright.
Alright. And if anyone here is a Kirby fan, please don't get mad at me for
play along, obviously.
Yeah.
Play along.
Yes, play along. I want I want to know what you guys got. You can go ahead and drop it in the comments. Tell me if you got what is your score here out of 5? All right, the first one. Queen Sectoni.
I think that's a Star Wars character. Probably not, but I don't know. I'm just going
That is a Kirby
Ah,
villain.
Kirby. Darn it.
All right.
Well,
Drowsia.
Drowsia. That sounds like... See, that one sounds like a Kirby villain.
You going Kirby villain?
I'm going Kirby villain.
That's correct. That is
Yes!
a Kirby villain. You're 1-1. All right. Not Luaus Whiskey Papanodia.
That's Star Wars.
That is a Star Wars. That one is just straight up Star Wars.
Yeah, you can't put that in a kid's game.
Okay.
No kid. You barely were able to say it.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I might have offended someone with that. Bandana Waddle Dee.
Bandana Waddle Dee. I think that might... See, that might be just one of them funky Star Wars names, but I'm going to go Kirby.
That is a Kirby.
There we go.
I'm a Gundy.
I'm a Gundy?
Yeah.
Like, that's the name?
That's the name. I'm a Gundy.
I'm a Gundy. I'm going to go Star Wars.
That is a Star Wars character.
Yeah, let's go.
Did you go 4 and 1?
Yeah.
You went 4 and 1. That's
4 for 5. Let's
4
go.
for 5. Yes. 4 and 1, 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Good job. And that's a fun game. I think we should keep playing that one. Maybe next week you'll create the names and I'll do the guessing.
Yeah, I already have some ideas. So.
Okay, I'm sure that there's some stuff out there. Well, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Cantina Talk. I'm glad that we got the name. I hope that we can keep doing these roll in, roll out kind of episodes. Keep them short for you guys. Please go ahead and share it. Please hit subscribe. I think we already have a couple subscribers, so I would love for this to grow with you guys and grow through your help. Anything you want to say to the viewers before we head out?
Well, just thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
If you are not on the Facebook fan club, please go ahead and join it. We're definitely welcome to new people, and we have like contests or
we got
polls, everything going up. So yeah.
And you are in the middle of Rebels right now. And
in the middle of Rebels, I will post a season 1 review.
Awesome.
When I get around to finishing it.
Really exciting. All right. Well, may the Force be with you.